The Muscogee Creek Nation gathered at Council Oak Park in downtown Tulsa on Saturday, October 19th to commemorate the arrival of Muscogee people to Indian Territory. The Legiboga people made the long, hard journey on the Trail of Tears and in 1836 settled under the massive oak as a high point along the river. This settlement was the beginning of what we now know as the city of Tulsa.
I want to welcome you to this annual commemoration of a very historic part of our history. And I believe it's important that we remember those that came before us. It is said by our elders that after that long journey, a journey that is one of the darkest days in the history of this country, that they came and they knelt under the council oak tree and said a prayer. And they were thankful, those that survived such a trip, for being able to come and see a long trip like that come to a conclusion. But they also prayed about those that they lost along the trail and those that they couldn't really provide in a way that we do when we lose loved ones. And it is from that humble beginning that we as Muscogee Idalwadoya that we've had a start of where we're at today. It's my hope and it's my prayer that we'll never forget those that came before us.
The city of Tulsa recognizes the significance of this ceremony and have made a commitment to the tree and the park as a sign of respect for the city's history.
As I said, my family came here about 1910, and of course the families of everybody here, the Muscogee Creek Nation, were here many decades before that. So to understand that there was already preparation done, that there's already traditions made, that there's already stability made when my family got here, and much of that because of the Muscogee Creek Nation. History really is a great teacher for all of us, and understanding our respective histories and each other's histories and respecting those histories is very, very important, because it provides stability. It provides our recognition that each of us have roots and that each of us deserves the recognition of those roots, but also each of us deserves the relationship between all of us. Too often I've seen in the past when that relationship didn't exist. Now it does exist, and it's so much better, so much easier to get along.
Creek Nation officials are proud of the fact that relations with the city of Tulsa have been strengthened. The relationship has been made a top priority.
One of the very first things I talked to Chief Tiger about, when he was inaugurated, I came in about the same time, and we were lucky because Mayor Bartlett is very approachable, and we both, with just in a little short amount of time, had a relationship established with him. And as you can see, he's been to a couple of press conferences related to the business on Riverside Drive. He understands it, and I was telling my family it's the first time my Indian tribe's been given the right amount of respect in Tulsa, and it's starting right now.
When I came in as chief, I wanted to make it a priority to reestablish relationships. As people know, Muscogee Creek Nation shares a lot of communities in our jurisdiction, and I wanted to establish relationships where we all bring something to the table. You know, we're all resources. And I think whenever Mayor Bartlett and I visited, and we felt like that it was important that we establish and solidify a relationship that would reflect what we're doing today, and I believe it has.
Standing strong for hundreds of years, the tree is a symbolic reminder of the strength and endurance of the Muscogee people.
The tree grows from its trunk, and the strength of a tree is that trunk. And I think it's reflective of the history of the Muscogee people. And I think it's reflective of this community, the city of Tulsa, how the tree has grown and branched out. That's what I think both the city of Tulsa and the Muscogee Creek Nation are doing too today. You know, we're doing things together where it impacts the whole community. And again, I just think that the history of this tree has also established a history of some communities as well.